for later. Okay, you can hear me okay? All right. Oh, this is for Ed. So he knows I'm not cheating. Ed is kind of, he doesn't know this, but he's kind of my mentor now. And so he doesn't like me to have notes, which I have on my cast. And he says, I can see you looking at them. So I have taken my glasses off and I can't see. So I'm honest, Ed. Okay, and you know, this has been a tough day for me. As you can see, I've got this broken arm, and you know, you're working one-handed all the time. Well, I have a great husband. And one thing, I've been going through this, what now, 5 weeks? I don't know. It's a nightmare. But what he's been doing to get me through it is buying me those little boxes of 24 drumsticks. Okay? Now, I just said 5 weeks. I multiplied before I came to the show tonight. I have eaten 144 baby. Now, this brings me to another I want to really tell you. You know, do you ever think about if you injure yourself and about Paralympians and how they're, you know, they have no arms, they have no legs, and they're shooting arrows with their teeth, and you know. So this has been my Paralympian moment. Is I can open those drumsticks with my teeth. And what you do is you just bite it, and you know, you have to kind of twirl it off, and then you get the little cardboard top. So that is my Paralympian thing I can do. So, along with these drumsticks, because I usually, you know, I've kind of got these overalls on and stuff tonight. I usually kind of have, you know, I like to be classy. I couldn't get my classy clothes on. I pulled on my black, I like these black pants, and I was going to wear knee-high boots. Couldn't get them up. And this is a tip. I like to be a teaching comedian. So a lot of my clothes, because of my weight loss and gains, everything has cuts in them. Everything that has elastic, I cut. You know? So my daughter, she came over one day, I was helping with laundry. She goes, "What are all these? Why does everything have these cuts?" And I go, "Well, I couldn't fit into them one day, so I just do that." So I have on my bra that has little cuts in it. I couldn't wear my nice pants, so I got out the overalls. So this morning, what I didn't realize, I said, you know what? I'm sick of wearing elastic pants. I'm sick of it, wearing PJ bottoms. I put on my capri jeans that have the holes in them. Okay, I get them up, and I got it zipped. I could not button them. My husband wasn't home, so I called my neighbor Jan, who's sitting right there. She came across the street and buttoned them. Those are friends.
Did she question you when she said, "Can you come button?"
Oh no, she knows me.
Yeah, nobody questions her.
Yeah, nobody questions. They're like, yeah, right. And Becky, who is sitting next to her, she is my assistant. She had to zip and button.
I pulled them out.
Teamwork.
So it has been a tough weight day, you know, and I'm just looking, and you know, not too long ago, I had these really too longest boobs, and I just looked weird all the time. So I had a breast reduction. So I went from double D's to these cute things, B cups. But then, you know, I was so used to the reactions from men, you know, I had to go, I'm having a hard time not having a stand. Can I do this? Okay. So I had to tell men, it's like, hey, eyes here. Here. They're not looking, you know, but come on, give me some respect. But what was really weird was under those double D's, I hadn't seen what was under there for 20 years. A fat belly. So lesson learned, I should have had a little less reduction and a lot more lipo. It was really weird. I had no idea what was under there. That's how big my boobs were. Okay, now I'm not going to panic. I'm not panicking. Okay. I've done my drumsticks. I've done my weights.
How did you break your arm?
Oh, how I broke my arm. Thank you, Ed. I I just need a drink of water.
I'm gonna pick 4.
Okay, so Denny and I, we had this sweetest deal. We were house sitting South Padre Island, 2 Yorkie puppies, right? Pool in the backyard, everything, sweet could be. We were there for 3 days. I decided, oh my God, I need a hat to cover my unwrinkled face, right? And so I hopped out of the pool and ran into the house. Boom! On my left side, and I knew immediately I'd broken my arm. And I'm crying and carrying on. And the door is like from here to that door. And Denny's out there in the pool, and I'm screaming. Well, he doesn't hear me. So I slide, I'm on the floor dragging myself. And I have to reach up, and I'm sobbing, and I have to reach up and open the door, and I stick my head out, and I go, Denny, come here. And he goes, what? Do you have a leg cramp? I said, no, I don't have a leg cramp. I broke my arm. Look at this. Well, now, we're both wet, okay? We have 4 dogs running around. We have to get out of wet swimsuits, dry off, get into dry clothes.
Oh,
Now,
man,
yeah, hell no.
Man, we just going to the hospital.
Yeah.
We just going to the hospital.
I would have. I think, no, because another thing, my husband, I don't know who has to wear hearing aids here.
Did you put on makeup too in your hair?
I did not. No, I was fine. But Denny did not have his hearing aids in. So I'm crying and going, here, help me, get my underwear, just bring me a sundress, let's go. And he brings me a fucking hoodie. It's 105 degrees out. And he brings me a hoodie because he doesn't have his hearing aids in. And he goes, well, that's what I thought you pointed at. What's wrong with you? My God. Anyway, so I'm down by Brownsville, Texas. It's a mess. You're out of town. You can't find doctors. So anyway, we had to stay down there. I come home, and I lived with a piece of plastic and an ace bandage for 3.5 weeks before I got in for an appointment where now I have a plate and 6 pins, and then I still have to have a cast put on it. So it was bad news. Great. But Denny, even though he doesn't wear his hearing aid, and a lot of times he doesn't listen to me, he has been a true angel.
That's why you don't wear them.
That's why he went on. That's what he says. Listen, and you're exactly right. He says, I don't like all that background noise. And I said, well, yeah, I was screaming for help. And he goes, yeah, that's what I don't like to hear. So that's the story of the broken arm, and we've done the paralegal. So now, so this has been now. Okay, hang on. Now.
So you call it a casket?
Huh? What did he say?
So then I got a casket put on it.
Oh,
A
not
casket.
Wednesday. Wednesday I get a cast.
Okay, cast.
Yeah.
I thought you said casket.
You got your hearing aids in?
Yes, let's hope we're not going in a casket. Now, I like to garden. I don't know if all of you like to garden, but I came across this flower. And aren't they pretty?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I said, well, what are they called? And she says, cock's comb. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it.
That's a big ass cock.
Yeah.
So of course, at first you're thinking it doesn't look like a cock, it doesn't. Well, then I start, and my brain goes overload. And I'm thinking, well, why would you comb a rooster's thing on his head? Which I guess is what the comb is, right? So I'm all confused. All right. So then I go from cock's comb, and then I'm going, oh, is it time up? Okay, you don't hear the rest of the story.
Hey, take her on.
And so anyway, then I start thinking, cocks comb, oh my God. And then I start thinking, did I ever comb a cock?
No.
You know, one of them drunk nights, did I?
No.
So then this, of course, got me thinking and investigating. So I just started today. I said, you know, I think there's some plumber things that use cock. And Ed said no, but I found one, and it's called the, look at my handshake. It says it's called a Cox hole, what does it say? Cox hole filler.
Something. I
And
don't
it's a
remember.
plumbing
But
term.
it's not a cock's comb.
No.
No, but it's a
She was
cock.
looking for the cock part.
Just for the cock, not the comb. We're not going with the comb.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what plumbers are
Yeah,
known for.
so there's a cock.
How you think I became a plumber?
No, because this Cox hole, just think of that, Cox hole cover. So then my mind is going bonkers again. And I'm like, okay, and what it does is, just so you know, I know, oh, don't be bothered. Now he's turning away. My feelings are hurt.
Oh my God.
You're really sensitive.
But it is a piece of equipment that you cover holes that have been drilled in
Oh,
addition
yeah,
to that.
okay,
So
got
it's
it.
called a Cox hole cover. So by the time all of this Cox stuff, I just thought, you know what? I just need somebody to bring me a cocktail. Okay, so now that is, okay, good. And oh, is that why you turned his head? I'm sorry. Thank you very much, though. And
Thank you.
I love being here. Thank you, Ed.